Good morning, everyone. We are Group 7 and we will discuss the topic Historical and Social Factors of Bilingual Education in Society and Individual. Here are the presenters for the said topic, and these include yours truly, Precious Ramos, Mr. Dandy, Miss Casey Hofano, and Miss Angel Miles Valdriz. Before we proceed with the actual discussion of the topic, let me define first bilingual education. Bilingual education is a pedagogical approach where two languages are used for instruction and learning in academic settings where both languages are used to teach core academic content in subjects like mathematics, science, history, and literature. For the next slide, here are the two factors of bilingual education in society and individual, and these are historical factors and social factors. Starting with historical factors, which include colonization, civil rights movements, emergence of Bilingual Education Act of 1968, and Law versus Nichols of 1974.
Colonization led to the imposition of the colonizer's language on the colonized people. This resulted in the suppression of indigenous languages and the promotions of the colonizer's language as a dominant language.
Civil rights movements have played a significant role in advocating for bilingual education as a means of preserving cultural identity and ensuring equal educational opportunities. In the 1960s, this movement brought attention to the educational inequalities faced by minority students, including those who spoke languages other than English. This civil rights movement, intending to end discrimination based on race, color, religion, or national origin, and this also furthered in education. As a result, bilingual education programs were expanded and improved to better serve these students.
Bilingual Education Act of 1968, also known as BEA, under Title VII of the Elementary and Secondary Education Amendment of 1967, marking a significant federal intervention in K-12 education. It also reflected the growing recognition of the educational needs of limited English proficient, also known as LEP, students within the context of the civil rights movements and operated bilingual education programs. According to Ralph Yarborough, a Democratic senator from Texas, he introduced the Bilingual Education Act of 1968. He advocates bilingual education as a solution to the linguistic barrier. The BEE aims to develop bilingual education programs so that individuals have less of barrier to communication. Thus, these bilingual programs implement staffing, training, and parental participation. Yarborough noticed the disparity in speaking between Spanish and English-speaking students, and he viewed the BEA as a positive social force. Hence, when we look at bilingual education here in the Philippines, we see that this strategy is relatively similar in that it tries to acquire proficiency in both Filipino and English through the teaching of both language as a medium of instruction at all levels.
Next is Nichols, 1974, was a landmark Supreme Court case that had a significant impact on bilingual education. Nichols established a legal precedent for ensuring equal educational opportunities for LP students. Subsequent court decisions have built upon this case, further strengthening the legal framework for bilingual education.
The first social factor is immigration. Bilingual education may be implemented to address the needs of immigrant communities and provide educational opportunities for students with diverse language backgrounds. This shaped the linguistic landscape of many societies, introducing new languages and increasing the demand for bilingual education. The next factor is economic factor. Economic considerations, such as the need for a multilingual workforce, can influence the adoption of bilingual education. Bilingual education seeks to improve individuals in bilingualism so that they can contribute to economic growth and international competitiveness by facilitating communication and trade across linguistic borders.
Language status is a phenomenon made up of people's attitudes towards the home country of the language, and thus, this might influence the support for bilingual education programs. The right to use one or both official language when dealing with the state is referred to as language status. This linguistic choice typically implies a right for individual and a duty for the state. In addition, we have official and co-official language. When we say official language, this is known to our native language or also known as a mother tongue, while a co-official language is spoken by those who speak two or more languages.
Cultural and linguistic diversity is important because it encourages flexible perspectives, practices, and solutions. Employees who speak multiple languages demonstrate advanced cognitive intelligence. CLD also reinforces the unique identities and cultural heritage of employees, giving them pride, dignity, and a sense of belonging. Also, language diversity or linguistic diversity is a broad term used to describe the differences between the different language and the ways that people communicate with each other. Language is one of the features of humanity that sets a species apart from others on Earth, as far as the sciences are aware.
Educational policies. Government policies and educational practices play a crucial role in shaping the implementation and effectiveness of bilingual education programs.
Language family. A language family is a group of languages that all descend from a common ancestor. When we say language family, we mean that languages has a lexical and grammatical commonalities. The language family includes all the language. This means a speaker of one language can understand a speaker of another without having studied the second language properly. Spanish, Portuguese, and French, for example, are members of the Romance language family that originate from Latin.
It's been an honor to be among such accomplished individuals and to be able to present our perspective before you all. Thank you and good day.